Leeds United made the most of their second chance in the European Cup against Stuttgart, the team they say has more foreign reserves than the Bank of England. Leeds won 2-1 in Barcelona in front of a tiny crowd. Their hero was Carl Shutt. He scored the winner less than a minute after coming on as a substitute, and tomorrow's his birthday.
Talking Shutt, episode 159, filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Nicked that from Friends.
Nicked it live. Well, we haven't nicked it. We'll get done for.
No, there's actual people here.
Yeah, there's real people just that you can see behind the camera. Anyway, welcome to episode 159 of the Talking Shutt podcast. We're back at Ingfield, the home of Oet United. And I'm back with the usual suspects. Ben, who's preparing to go on holiday in a couple of weeks.
This weather's nice to prepare for that, isn't it?
It's not going to be tomorrow, though. Biblical rainstorms tomorrow.
I'll be at work, so I'm not bothered.
Yeah, sound. Cool. And I'm joined by Mike at the far end of the table tonight.
Good evening.
Didn't get the dress code of white T-shirts.
No.
Okay, went yellow. Ooh, when you look at that shirt, the yellow
Radaby.
Strongbow shirt, is that what you're going for?
Always Radaby. Anything with Strongbow on it.
Radaby.
See that one, and no one's going to like this, but that reminds me of Alan Smith because I remember he sort of came out but when they launched it, he came out with it on and all that stuff.
It's a strong shirt.
With his blonde highlighted Mohican type thing.
Yeah.
It's a strong shirt.
Like pure Alan Smith.
It's a strong shirt.
Yellow is a difficult colour to
The
wear.
blue one were good as well. The Strongbow blue one.
Yeah.
I've got that one as well, reliving my childhood.
Anyway, we've run off on a tangent already. We're joined tonight by a very special guest because Raggy's not here again, unfortunately. He's away with work.
If anyone knows where Raggy is.
If missing Raggy, we're going to get him a milk bottle.
We will pay.
Return the rag.
Yeah, we saw
Return the rag.
We left his house when we recorded there a couple of weeks ago, and we've not seen him since.
Return of the rag.
We've literally not seen him since.
Are we going to record that for when he's back next week?
Yeah, but I'm not here next week. No, it doesn't matter. I'm not important. Anyway, we're joined tonight by a very special guest, local artist and massive Leeds fan, Josh Parkin. Good evening, mate.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Yeah. Josh was a bit nervous about coming on about where it should have his microphone and stuff. So if you see me later on pushing microphone under his nose, it's not because I'm horrible. It's just because he's forgot his microphone etiquette. Obviously, tonight we're proudly sponsored by the guys from The Athletic. The guys from Manscaped, keeping your balls in trim, and our friends at the Terrace, and we'll hear a little bit more about them as we're going in the show. Loads to talk about. We're going to talk to Josh about his art and his love for Leeds United, talk about the internationals, talk about the Argentina-Brazil absolute debacle that's got our beautiful Prince Rafinha wrapped up in it at the moment, talk about a certain Leeds Academy product who's about to start in the Premier League after winning the Champions League. I'll let you work that one out. We'll have a discussion about the 3 p.m. blackout because it's a lot of toss. And then we'll talk about Liverpool this week. That Dan James debate, does he come straight in? And many, 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 many other things. Obviously, a few people joining us live on the stream as we speak. Even got one on Twitch, Ben. How excited are you about having the one on Twitch?
All that, I spent a good day sorted Twitch out, and at least we've got one.
Well, M-Slice89, great news. You are the only person watching it on Twitch, so congratulations. Well done.
So yeah, if you want to watch on Twitch, we are on Twitch as well.
Yeah.
Let us know what it looks like from the user's end as well.
I don't even know what Twitch does. Or
I haven't got a clue.
It twitches. It twitches, and then people enjoy our content.
Okay.
It's happy days.
Sound.
Don't worry about it.
Right, okay. We've got a comment in from Virginia, I think I saw at the top there. Ben, can you just scroll up? Good evening. Greetings from Virginia, boys, from Jonathan Catherwood. So cheers for that, mate. Global podcast. Global podcast. So I think we're going to start with Josh this week because we've got Knowledge United to talk about. So we're going to come to you, Josh. You've obviously hit celebrity status recently because you was on the Skrill video at Ellen Road. How did that come about, first and foremost?
Just for a few mates. I know Monday Hour magazine. I'm sure you all follow them on Twitter. They put out like amazing content and stuff, loads of branded stuff, and then loads of their own like content through tweets and videos and stuff like that. Kind of know the lads there, and Skrill got in touch with them. They got in touch with me. They wanted like a Leeds-based freelancer.
Right.
who's worked freelance through COVID and stuff like that, and you know, been affected and stuff, and just to tell their story and share their day to day, really. So yeah.
What would it like then? Like,
surreal, really.
Because sometimes you watch these little clipped up videos and you think, how rehearsed is it? Because I remember years and years and years ago, Don Matteo, legend of this parish, obviously, he was working for a betting company years ago. And I went down to Ellen Road, have some photos taken, we had some food with Dom, and we had a wander around Ellen Road, but it was all very scripted. Stand here, hold this flag, move here, hold this, don't touch Dom, get away from
I like Leeds United.
Yeah, that type of thing, yeah. So, you know, I was scripted.
That was my main concern, really. Like, didn't want it to be like Ant and Deck Saturday Night Takeaway, do you know what I mean? Like, they were clear.
Hey, what's wrong with Ant and Deck on the Saturday night?
They were clear from the start that it wouldn't be like that, it'd be authentic. They wrote the script, not the script, but they wrote the base of it, and I just explained my day and stuff, and they had a good team around, so well, it was good. It was something that I'd never done that like 2 or 3 years ago. But it kind of came into my own that way, and a lot of support from my family, and that just pushed me on to do it. Just say and you know, take that opportunity. If I'd seen anyone else doing it, I'd have been gutted that it wasn't me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, so just followed me around for a day, basically.
Sounds decent. So touching on your art then, Josh, I got one of your old Valentine's cards. No one I'd rather be with. Yeah. Gave it to my wife. She was quite underwhelmed. I'll be honest, because she did not even know who Radder Bay was. So I obviously educated her and said, you know, it shows my deep.
How did she not know before?
I don't know, mate. It shows my deep line love for you. This card. But I've kept the card, and so sort of kind of gone from strength to strength from there, haven't you? We've seen a lot of the Calvin Phillips stuff, and you know, the other ones that you've done, and you know, got a bit of a following on social media now. So how did the art sort of come about? You've always been into it?
It sounds cliche, but I've always done it. Like, I've never been bothered for like PlayStation, Xbox, or all like that. Just always drawn, really. It just went through the various stages from school to Leeds Art College, and then went to Liverpool Uni.
All right.
Lived there for 3 years, came back, worked in a bit of retail while I was still, you know, trying to make my way in the art world.
How was that for a Leeds fan?
Yeah, stuck in enemy lines.
Stuck in Liverpool for 3 years.
It was good, you know. It's similar size city to Leeds. It's weird though, because there's obviously 2 clubs. We don't experience that here. But I made mates with most people who went to uni at Liverpool and lived at home. Do you know what I mean? So they're all Scousers, they're all proper sound friends of people and stuff, and they're as passionate about their football club as we are about ours. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, there is a lot of comparisons between Liverpool. Obviously, not the fact that they're a 2-club city and we're a 1-club. When I said we, obviously I'm from Barnsley, but Leeds is my adopted home. But you know, hard working, sort of gritty, you know, that type of people. Like, and you can see.
Apart from we're not thieves, but okay.
Do you know what it is though? Like the people you'll meet there, match going lads and stuff, they're all sound. They're all just like us. It's when you get to that global fan base. It's like people on Twitter and stuff from all over the world. They just give them a bad rep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true, man.
But you see what they do through their like their fan zines and fan groups and stuff. Like, they came over to Leeds for that against the Super League and stuff. They didn't have to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Red Men, is it Red Men TV then?
Yeah.
There's a couple of
Spy on Cop and all that.
Yeah.
Well, we've kind of got that. I think we're feeling that now as we've been in the Prem. We've had like an outstanding first season. We're kind of getting that global kind of annoying.
I had a lad message me today,
cyber fan
just before I came on, saying I live in Canada, I want to get over for a game. I love Leeds. And it's like, nice one, do you know what I mean?
yeah. But to be fair, there's a few, aren't there? I mean, I don't think it's any secret. Ebony Bridges, who fought at the weekend on the Josh Warrington card.
Yeah.
She's kind of tagged onto the Leeds thing. She's now got herself a Yorkshire Rose. Do you know what? Like, we're in a position where, we want to welcome new fans, but like, you know, don't try. For me, it's like, don't try and be. It's like Mr. or Mrs. Leeds United when you've only been following us for 6 months. Kind of like bed yourselves in a little
bit. Embrace it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we all speak for ourselves. You know, we don't need a spokesperson telling us what we think. We can all speak for ourselves, type thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I still managed to come back for a load of games and stuff like that. When I was living over there, went to a lot of, like, you know, Tranmere and stuff like that when we were in League One and stuff like that. So all them areas, managed to get to out games and stuff. So
your art then, obviously heavily Leeds United related, which has been your favourite one to do?
Calvin Phillips, the favourite one, just because it was just like, I was meant to go to some of Euros games and obviously cancelled them with COVID and stuff like that. So like I went into that Euros thinking I'm not getting involved. I'm not, this is not for me. I'm pissed off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just grabs you, doesn't it? Especially when there's like a homegrown player, you can't help but feel like it's your kid going to school on the first day. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it. I mean, just as we're recording right now, just over to the right is the England game is on right now. We can see Calvin just a bit further down near Jack Grealish and Luke Shaw singing national anthem. And a weird part of us, I don't know if you guys feel the same, is it's kind of like I know Calvin. I don't know Calvin. I never met him. We were very lucky when we went to have his Granny Val on podcast and his mum came on, which is absolutely class. But like I think Calvin's a bit of all of us, if that makes sense. Like he's now reaching the the elite status as a footballer, playing week in week out with England with his little partnership with Declan Rice, and I'm starting to warm to Declan Rice a little bit as well, which I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Dangerous territory.
I know, mate, it's dangerous. But I think it's that Leeds thing. Like we're all we're invested out.
We've been denied of it for so long.
Yeah.
So Calvin's come along at a perfect time, and we've all kind of gone, this is the perfect role model, perfect guy, athlete.
Sort of in a way of how things have changed for us in the last sort of 5 years.
Yeah, for years. Sorry, go on.
It like Calvin has been brought up with that sort of Leeds where it is sort of they are kind of nobodies in a way.
Yeah.
The only sort of Leeds United fans know them kind of thing. That's what I don't say it's a nobody, but like that sort of thing. And then you've got now he's like playing at the top of the game, but he's never sort of like you get, I don't know, sort of stereotype, but you get kids at Arsenal and Liverpool and stuff who like come up and they think there's something special before they've even done something. But Calvin's just that same lad that were there at Leeds 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Who was effectively a nobody, but he's still that sort of guy, and he's not sort of changed his personal sort of thing as well.
Yeah. Well, the big thing for me is that he never asked for it.
Yeah.
We gave him our love and support and all of this, because he deserves it. He's earned it. He's grafted for it, and you can't find a fault with the guy.
No, think of so much shite that's come from like Chelsea and Man U over years. We've been like, these will kick on for us.
We had Ademir, you had Izzy Brown, Lewis Baker, and them kind of people that have been on 30, 40 grand a week and done nothing.
And he'll play him off at Park.
Yeah.
And then go to fans and clap and his t-shirt over it in the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we'll come back to Josh a little bit and not put him on spot too much early doors. But one other thing we did see this week from the international arena was Patrick Bamford make his international bow. A bit of a tough game for him because he didn't get much service, to be fair, making good runs and stretching game as he does at Leeds, but they didn't get. I think his best chance was the crossing at the back post where he just missed it. But other than that, not much service.
It was like they decided they were banned from crossing the ball until he went off.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, there is a part of my brain that thinks they were doing it on purpose, because how you can play at that level and not try and find a through ball for your striker.
It's a team of individuals, isn't it? All trying to impress it.
And I guess that the thing.
Players out there trying to impress. Go out there and play as a team. Don't try and make an individual performance, and it'll click, and then you'll get recognised that way. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, you're absolutely right, because I watched the Hungary game and I got towards the end of the Hungary game, and I was kind of like, do you know what? I'm starting to get that feeling back for England again.
Yeah,
I loved the fact that Raheem Sterling celebrated. He got peppered, not the fact that he got peppered with pint pots and that, but how Declan Rice picked it up, tried to finish it off. Jack Grealish were taking piss, and they just look like a team that stick together. We're gonna stick. A lot of players. We know some shithousery players who wouldn't have gone in that corner when he's getting peppered with ale and that. But they went over there, and I started to think, do you know what? I can get behind this. They look like a team that are sticking together. You see the videos of Calvin and Declan Rice giving awards out and a bit of banter and stuff, and you see them in training of having crack and having a laugh and a joke and that. And they really feel like there's a bit of togetherness. And then the game the other day against Andorra,
comes on,
it was very much individuals again.
Like Bamford's a new kid on the block. Like, I'm not too sure if he should.
He's not allowed in our gang.
He was still smiling every time camera on him.
Mate, absolutely. I mean, fair play to Patrick Bamford. He stuck his neck out, he could have easily gone, do you know what? I'll have a couple of international caps off Ireland.
Yeah, that's right.
Not disrespecting Ireland, but I can easily get a few international appearances.
Mental strength.
Grealish could have done that as well.
Yeah, couldn't it? But the way that Patrick's gone about it, and we talked about it on last week's show at greater length, so I'm not going to keep going over it, but the fact that he's been written off by so many people, he's been written off by managers, he's been written off by pundits, he's been written off by everybody Bielsa's believed in him, turned him into an animal, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched him when he came on against Crew, and Crew couldn't handle him. He was knocking people about, he was making runs. They just didn't know what to do with him. He played against Burnley, against Tarkovsky and me, two honourable centre halves, who were like a throwback to a throwback to like Sunday Leaguers, and he just takes it in his stride. He gets on with it. He's an honest player. Yeah, I couldn't be more happy for him.
Yeah. And again, he'll just see this as another challenge for him. But it's one of those things where, as an athlete, you must be frustrated because it's something beyond your control. Like, you can do everything you can when you've got the ball, and you can do everything you can when you haven't got the ball. But when other players have got the ball, you can't make them past you. There's that rubbish. I think Roy Keane or something saying, demand the ball and do it. It's like, you can't.
Yeah, what do you? What? Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Make it's the ridiculous. Runs, but what else can you do? Like,
and the slim chance he missed. I mean, there was the volley, wasn't there? There's the volley that sort of came to him. The ball was on the spin and that. And he sliced at it, and then the one again, the ball over the top was like a cross or ball over the top. It just sort of inches away from it. But you think the chances that he does miss, I don't think any other strikers even getting in that position.
No, I agree.
To miss
him and Kane are very different players. Kane drops deep a lot of the time, doesn't he? Whereas Bamf likes to stay between centre halves.
Yeah,
a lot of the time he likes to split the centre halves, doesn't he? But Alan Sturck makes a point on YouTube. Actually, says the Bamford thing was strange. Why put Kane on? I think because Southgate kind of took it upon himself to get some games in his legs for Spurs. That's what it feels like to me anyway, because there was no reason to bring him on.
We're doing people favours, isn't it?
Yeah,
I feel like Wembley tickets should come with the small print as well. So like comes with one free Harry Kane penalty. Because that's how it feels to be. It's a bit like Scum international kind of vibe.
Well, I'll be honest, when they took Bamford off, I turned it off. Simply for the fact that I knew kind of what were coming. That there'd be a loving, as soon as Kane come on and scored, there'd be a loving that Bamford's not good enough and Kane's the best player to ever walk the planet.
Well, as soon as he scored the penalty, you could see it already. It's just like, well, that's how it's gone.
Yeah.
But Bamford will see it as just another challenge that he's got the right attitude, the Bielsa attitude, he'll just take it in his stride and rise to it.
Going back to Yorkshire Pirlo then, Ben, against Hungary, we saw why Calvin's in that team. He was just like man against boys. He was knocking the living shit out of any midfielder in there.
He was just doing what
he does.
Calvin Phillips does these days.
He uses his body so well, doesn't he, Calvin?
Cuts across
He's so good at that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't fall on floor like Luke Ayling a lot of the time. But he's gone from strength to strength.
Needs to watch it with the Ayling flops this season.
Yeah, they've not been coming off as much, have they?
They're wise to it.
Don't help that half of Leeds Twitter. We grass ourselves up so many times. Just let him get on with it. Let him get on with it and talk to your mates offline about it. But don't start counting them and showing off about it.
Yeah, and clap about it after. Yeah. Calvin bosses it. Coming to our Scottish correspondent over there, the very Scottish name of Liam Cooper from Hull.
What ain't mate?
2-0 loss to Denmark. Coops played, didn't he? Sorry, start shit. Get better. Coops played. How did he get on?
Nothing really to say on him.
No.
Like playing him in the centre of a back three.
Yeah, not for that.
Not really.
Even when we go to a back three, he plays striking there.
Yeah.
Because he's more two-footed.
Yeah, even on the left of a back three, I don't like it.
No.
But nothing really to say. It was just Denmark scored, I think, 2 in the first 20 minutes. It was just like carnage. When you're trying to rate a defensive player on the back of that, you're like, nah, turn it off.
Does it say quite a lot that he was on the bench against Austria, the game in which Scotland managed to win, and Tierney played there instead of Cooper?
Correct, yeah. Well, I think that's the main reason Cooper's getting sidetracked.
Do you think there's a little? I mean, I don't know if it's true, by the way, but do you think there's a little bit of you're not really Scottish, so fuck you? Do you think there's a bit of that going on?
I mean, he plays Che Adams enough, and
and he's from Matlock, so that's definitely not a thing.
McTominay's about as Scottish as
but he's got
Gallagher
before his name, hasn't he? So
McCooper.
McCooper, yeah, that's what he needs.
No, I think it's just people say Cooper's not good enough to get in the Scotland squad. It's like, well, Tierney's kind of there on that left.
Grant Hanley plays a lot, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. I mean, I
do find it a bit peculiar, but anyway.
But he's good because he's not good, but he just heads the ball, doesn't he?
He's built.
Tierney.
No.
Grant Hanley.
Yeah.
You look at like Grant Hanley.
To be fair, it's hard not to head it when you've got a head that big.
Yeah, exactly.
The other two sort of decent centre backs are Hanley and that Scott McKenna, and they are units.
Yeah.
And if that's what they want in the centre of defence, then
that's what
fair
they're
enough. Yeah.
Shall we talk about our new Welsh toy, Dan James? I rushed back from my son's football game on Sunday, which they contrived, the junior Tykes under 13s, to lose from a 2-0 winning position to lose 3-2. Which was quite annoying. And the ref was appalling. Get on this one, right? So he blew for a foul. He blew for a penalty, right?
Yeah.
It was a penalty, to be fair. And then there's like a pause of about 10 minutes while he's talking to kids, like each individual kid has a chat with goalkeeper, has a chat with striker, has a chat with centre half, has a chat with left back. And I'm thinking, what's he doing?
Has a chat with parents.
Then he overturned the decision and gave a goal kick. He literally got the kids to decide what they thought it should be. So obviously our goalkeeper's like, nah, mate, it's not a penalty. He's like, all right, cool, goal kick. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, it was an interesting.
Surely, if you were a decent referee, you'd just get them all there and say, this is why it's a penalty.
Yeah, but that's why you got it wrong. Decent, you missed a bit as a decent referee. Anyway, Dan James featured for Wales from the start, along with Gareth Bale in their game on Sunday against.
I didn't even know Wales played, to be fair.
Belarus.
Right.
Did anybody watch it? You obviously didn't.
No. I seen a clip where ITV were all raving about how well they did, and LAFC data put something up about his stats and stuff. But
his stats were pretty impressive. I watched it, and I'll be honest. Afterwards, and I saw all the sort of bit of a hype. I didn't really buy into it because I watched the game. He didn't really jump out at me as amazing, to be honest. But he's playing in a pretty poor Welsh side, to be fair. They're struggling.
And he's been coached by a PE teacher, as we know, for 2 years. So
correct.
I don't expect anything major.
Correct, yeah. So anyway, but he's getting games. He starts again tonight. Tyler Roberts starts up front for Wales, according to somebody in the comments. So Dan James plays, and so does Tyler Roberts. So we'll see how they get on tonight.
Some link up.
In other international news, Ilan Melier,
Oh wow! Oh wow!
What? Oh,
Ilan Melier.
Oh, you're
Calvin
Melier.
Calvin's just maimed a Polish player. He's got
a yellow. Well done.
Well done.
Kane holding him back.
Take that. 7 minutes in.
Yeah, he's rubbish.
The kid on the floor is definitely still rolling around a little bit. Let's have a look at this then. So Calvin. Oh, fuck off. You mangy cunt. It's football. You're going to get stood on. Stop being a fucking bellend.
Yeah, but Calvin looks like he weighs 200
but
kilos.
How is that a yellow card, though? Seriously, how is that a yellow card? He goes to do a turn and accidentally stands on his toe. How's that a yellow card?
It's not.
Anyway.
Calvin Phillips. Even know that. Can you give a free kick for that?
I know. 7 minutes in and Calvin Phillips has received a yellow card. Anyway, Ilan Melier, back to Ilan.
He can get another one and then get banned, and then he can have a rest for a bit.
Yeah,
next lot. I mean, England are through anyway, so.
All the Scousers will shut up about Henderson as well.
Oh, God, I'm sick of get him, man. Ilan Melier then.
Wow. Ilan Melier.
Yeah. Wow. He had a bit of a moment, didn't he?
He gave a goal to...
He did a nice tribute to Kiko Casilla.
Maybe he spent too much time with him.
Maybe so.
Yeah, maybe it's rubbed off on him a little bit. But you know what? Rather he makes mistakes for them than us. That's fine.
For me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, goalkeepers union as well. The French side in that game missed 17 shots on target. Like,
did they?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
I think I saw something
that
like
French under 21 side shouldn't be ever losing a game with some of the talent they've got in that side.
So goalkeeper makes one error. Oh, you've cost us 2 points. No, mate, you've missed 16 shots
and not scoring.
Yeah. So goalkeepers union.
He featured and got got a clean sheet in one at games, but then gave them a goal in another one. But that's how it goes. Alfie McCalmont, who we've kindly lent to Morecambe, he played his full Northern Irish senior debut in a 1-0 win over Estonia and was very impressive. On loans under Bielsa, normally when people go out on loan, it's kind of end of the road.
Yeah.
You know, is it end of the road for Alfie McCalmont making senior debuts for Northern Ireland, having impressive games? You know, is there a way back for?
There's a couple.
I can't see it.
There's a couple that you hope it's not, but like the first team, the quality of the first team, there's no.
It's same like did we discuss the other week, like Robbie Gotts and people like that.
Yeah,
that we've stepped up. If we'd have been still in Championship, it might have been all right. Like to put them in, but I just can't see them stepping up to the level we need to be.
Yeah.
If Alfie McCalmont was good enough, he would have been around.
Yeah.
And I don't think when we played Stoke the other year in the cup. We played McCalmont in the 4.
Struggled, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then we didn't see him. I mean, I feel sorry for him because Stoke had sort of like a better team. I think we played them like twice in a row, or very close to each other.
That's when
they had a better team out in the cup than they did in the league.
Yeah.
We played them on Tuesday and Saturday, didn't we?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's when their odd manager had a photo took, didn't he? On site, and then had it like blown up and put on his wall.
Yeah.
Beat us in a penalty shootout. I was there for that.
Yeah. And McCalmont had like a half from hell. He got absolutely run over by seasoned professionals.
Yeah.
I think they had like Joe Allen and Tommins in the midfield.
Bogus were in middle of midfield as well, wasn't
he?
Yeah.
It was Jack Clark.
Speaking of bogus, Las Palmas play Ibiza on Saturday.
He'll score another worldie.
I hope not. I'm against bogus for this game.
Depends if he's had a night in space the night before.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No,
might have done.
I think we're kind of with youth players. We're kind of purpose buying £1 million, millionaire players, youth players to process into.
For me, it feels like we've gone from some of these players might make it to we think these players will make it. It's like a real step up in quality. But we'll have to wait and see. England under 20s versus Romanian under 20s. Joe Gellert got an hat trick in that game. Mike, you got 2 goals on the notes.
2 goals.
Got an hat trick.
No, he didn't. He got 2 goals.
I didn't know about it.
Where did you get hat trick from?
I got told
2 goals.
Ben, look it up.
England's official website says he got 2 goals.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, why were loads of people going on saying he got an hat trick?
Middlesbrough put out that he scored 3.
Why the fuck do Middlesbrough care about Joe Gellert?
Because Middlesbrough's youth player captained the side.
On Middlesbrough, on tangent again, Mark Boller getting pelted off a FA for a tweet he put on when he was 14.
Oh yeah.
Like,
that's daft.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. Why is that a thing? Like, surely it's just a phone call, innit, and say, "Listen, son, when you were 14, you put this on. It's not acceptable. Delete it, you idiot 14-year-old."
He'd probably said, "Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, I put stuff up a week ago, and I think, I'm a bit of a dick for that.
Deleting is cheating, though.
Yeah, no, you've got to ride it."
I think the FA must just sit around twiddling the thumbs.
They've got some news paid to do that, I think.
Yeah,
some newspaper.
Is there anyone we can bollock to?
I'm not actually sure what he said, by the way, so I'm not going to pretend to be outraged about it, but I agree that, social media is a place that is used sometimes for people to make themselves feel better about themselves. I'm not saying you, Ben. Just to clear that up. I mean, like, we can all name a few Twitter handles that are just serial abusers of anybody on there because it kind of makes them feel better about themselves.
See you later.
So, Ben, do you want to get us on a pint? But all joking apart, like, a 14-year-old, I mean, thankfully, the social media didn't exist when I was 14 because I dread to think what I'd have been putting on Facebook at 14.
I didn't know my head from my kneecap.
Did I? I was still climbing trees at 14.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange, but anyway. It's the world we live in, I think. Yeah. Joe Gellard, Sam Greenwood, Lewis Bate, and Cody Drama all featured for England under 20, so that's a decent return. And Creswell went on bench for under 21s as well last night.
Damn.
Yeah, they're the names that are going to make it through, aren't they? They're the sort of names that are going to make it through or make us 10, 15 million on the sell on.
You can you pick out Creswell, Somerville, Greenwood, Gellard.
I think we covered it with Creswell like a couple of weeks ago, maybe in the summer, that he's like Cooper's replacement.
Absolutely. Yeah. Phase Cooper out and he comes in. Kind of.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's the case. We're about 30 minutes into the England game. It's still Poland 0, England 0. Calvin on a yellow card. And what's just happened there? A Polish guy tried to kick it. And
there's a few comments that the
ref's crap.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 sort of potential corners that I think probably were corners, and he's given a goal kick.
Right. I mean, I only caught a bit of that then. I didn't know if the Polish player were trying to get Calvin sent off because Calvin was near to him at the time, but I don't know.
Game sent off, and then we can have him home early. He can literally go have a shower straight to Jean-Paul II Airport in Krakow because I've been there.
That's knowledge.
Good knowledge.
Nice.
And
call him Holiday Ben for nothing.
Yeah.
Get home, chill out.
Yeah.
Back to Waitley. Is he living in Waitley still?
I think he moved.
Did he?
Oh, he's changed.
Get away from all.
I don't like him anymore.
All people spying.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
He's moved Harrogate. Probably Harrogate.
Harrogate. Or Wetherby.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, all in all, so far none of his players are broken, touch wood, which is good.
Until
Cock's cock mended.
Yeah,
don't know.
He's pulled his pubis.
Yeah. How do you even damage that playing football?
Maybe he didn't do it playing football.
Yeah.
Maybe he fell downstairs like I did, Dilly.
He's saying Cock's a shagger. Is that what he's saying?
It could be.
Possibly. Yeah.
German.
That tash.
Leave it there.
Leave it there, Mike. That tash. Let's discuss that tash.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
as a man that can't grow a tash.
Looking at these 3 fine individuals,
I'm out of this
sporting various ranges of stubble.
Junior Furpo Robin Cox.
No, mate, Junior Firpo. That's a strong, strong
That's a
tash.
proper 70s barn tash. Isn't it?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't
if
mind
he
that.
turns up to fix your boiler.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
Mike, have you been like locked in a cupboard all day today? 'Cause you're very excitable.
What about this, right? Luke Shaw's taking a corner here,
And
and,
it's
the
about
ball is
40 yards
nowhere
out,
near
yeah.
the quadrant.
The quadrant.
Good work.
Well, it's a quadrant, isn't it?
So we'll just pause while Luke Shaw takes an indirect free kick from near the corner
There's
flag.
a sliver of the ball.
It might as well
in.
be like near box with that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's allowed.
And it was absolutely pointless.
Here we go.
Oh, is it just
Mason
it?
Mount. Good closing down.
Rubbish.
Oh, pulling up break. Anyway,
Took the
before we
last
start
time.
talking about some other stuff, need to hear from one of our very loyal sponsors. Mike,
Yes.
not you don't sponsor podcasts, but using your alter ego, Terrace Mike. What's happening
Terrace
at the
Mike.
Terrace
Oh, God.
of late?
Oh, you've caught me off guard. there.
No, you know this is coming, Mike. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
We want exclusives.
What's happening?
I don't have any exclusives for
Sorry,
you. I'm
Mike.
sorry. To be honest, I've been locked in a cave, creating. We're having a massive revamp at the moment.
Okay.
So I've been going through.
Rebranding.
Yeah. Well, not rebranding, just jazzing everything up.
Okay.
Miking it up.
Freshening.
So yeah,
Freshening up.
I've been doing everything.
Cool.
Burnley, Bristol. I'm working with way alphabetically through all our licensed teams. And this will be of massive interest to Leeds fans.
Yeah,
because
'cause it will.
I'm in the B section. But no,
Burnley.
yeah, we have Burnley, we have Bristol. We're a cracking little company. We're an amazing little team.
You know, like the Terrace are well known for sending you a mug out with a brew in it, a brew on us.
This is true.
When they go to Burnley, they send them like a pie, some snuff, you know,
A coal.
lump of coal. Some
Quick
fire.
some chewing tobacco,
Yeah.
some pellets for us. Anyway.
Greyhound scran.
Yeah. But anyway, our friends at the Terrace, they're sponsoring us again this season. I've noticed today they released a Yorkshire Pilo Fro, which I quite took a shine to. Feel I might have to get myself one of them.
You're talking about the storefront. I'm in
am,
the back.
yeah.
If it was like Argos, I'm in the back doing all.
You're
all
the kid
stuff
who
up.
collects collects your electric toothbrush off the conveyor.
Yeah, the warehouse
belt,
guy.
walks
Yeah,
up,
I'm
presses
the
the
warehouse
button.
guy, yeah.
You show him the receipt, and then he presses the thing.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm jazzing up all the old stuff.
I'm with you.
But yeah, no. I mean, for Leeds fans, as I say, I'll probably end up saying it every week, but Leeds has been a massive support for the Terrace, and the product range
It's massive.
is our way of
Yeah.
returning that favour. And I think,
And do you know what? Props to the Terrace, because they could really just concentrate on the licensed clubs, because they're much easier to do.
Yeah.
Because they've not got all the sort of political vacuum of you know, licensing and
it is unfortunate that
stuff.
Leeds won't go into licensing with us as stands, because it's really difficult to get Premier League
Mm.
sides. But no, I think
Apart from Burnley, who were like not a Premier League side, really.
if the weather
masquerading as well.
if the weather suited, I would, for instance, wear the fantastic 90s retro grey jumper, the Asics Thistle
nice.
Hotels jumper.
Yeah, not really one for today, is it?
No, it isn't. But one day I will wear it on the podcast because it's fantastic. The products are fantastic. I mean, I can't really say it enough. Like, we just like to champion the fact that we do good products and we put passion in the work, and you know, it's just a good little company.
I got a few messages off various people this week showing me the limited edition 25 only all Leeds Aren't We white tonal t-shirt.
Yeah, there's been a couple of series of those, and the blackout tees, and then there's bucket hats now as well.
Yes,
I forgot
saw
about
a
the
bucket hat, a
hats,
local bucket hat.
Yeah, I'd love for us to do, because we did like t-shirts with like patches of like famous
seen them,
kits, and it'd be great to get those on bucket hats.
Yeah,
but again, that's not my department.
But
Or
maybe you
Talking
need to
Shutt
push
one.
it. Maybe you need to push it up.
Yeah, I'd go for a director role.
Talking Shutt bucket hats.
Yeah,
now we're talking.
Yeah.
Talking Shutt bucket hats.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's all in the cards. I'm sure the Terrace are.
The crowd
They're
here
open
are
to
all
anything.
nodding that they want a Talking Shutt
Yeah.
bucket hat. So Carl, come on, sort us out. But anyway, the guys at the Terrace, loyal sponsors, been with us since day dot. Knockouts are great products, loads of Leeds stuff on there, plus licensed clubs if you're into that type of stuff.
Yeah.
They've also teamed up with local artists, a bit like Josh as well. We graded draws and stuff like that, and released a lot of his stuff. And the girl Gabby Wood, who's doing the programs, Burley Banks. Yeah, so you know, they're all about giving stuff back. So go check them out at terracestore.com. Get your stuff ready for Christmas. Not right, it's just right corner, lads, isn't it?
Christmas.
Just right corner. We're not having a Christmas quiz this year because I fucked last one up.
We'll do a live one.
Oh no, we got to do a Christmas.
We could do it down here.
Ask if they want it.
We do it here. Yeah.
We got to do it.
Ask if the crowd.
Do you want a Christmas quiz?
Yeah.
All right, they've heard that one before. So not bothered. Anyway, yeah, big thanks. Anyway, lads, in other news this week, and I'll come to you first, Josh. Argentina, Brazil, Rafinha, COVID, non-COVID, not been in England. I've been in England. Buendia's in some Argentinian prison somewhere, being ransomed back to
having his fingernails.
Like, what the fuck went off down there?
Have you ever seen out like that before?
No, I don't think I'll ever.
But
see
they were on
anything
about
like
it
that
for
again.
like a few days, weren't they? We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then they actually got onto the pitch.
Brazilian feds, man. It was
and then the Brazilian guys come on the pitch, and
is it because they're not isolated when they got there, so they're not allowed to play?
I read that the English-based Argentinian players had actually said at customs that they'd not been in England,
despite being on TV like a few days before.
Yeah.
So it's half their fault and it's half.
So they've basically lied.
Yeah,
and also the breach protocols, and they're in a red list country. And it's just.
Why did it go ahead? They should have said, if you're based in England, don't come. To Brazilian-based players.
You see, that's all the politics of it, innit? Because the Brazilians didn't go, and I guess Brazil are aggrieved at that. So,
plus,
when it comes to Argentina having their players from England there, because no one else were an issue, it's just the players from England. So they've said, well, if we can't do that, you can't do that.
So who's banned English-based Brazilian players from playing?
The Premier League.
The Premier League.
Yeah.
For not going on international duty?
Yeah, because
when they couldn't play.
No, sorry, that's FIFA. So FIFA have said that these Premier League players have not performed for the country. They haven't fulfilled the national duty,
which is in the FIFA rule book.
The
stupid rule
that you can't play for 5 games after the 5 days or something after the last game or something like that.
So Brazilian,
if you haven't turned up for your international, so there's like a punishment, because obviously FIFA want to sell their international games and all the money involved in that.
Yeah.
The problem with
it's a man in a suit who's made that rule.
Yeah. And men in the suit that sort of went to arrest or whatever they wanted to do the Argentinian players, just because the Brazilian players weren't there. Because it wouldn't have happened if the Brazilian players had gone as well.
But the stupidity of it, it's a red list country.
Yeah.
So I just don't know.
But shouldn't the Premier League have said, if you're going to Brazil, or you can go to Argentina, but if you step in Brazil, that's the same issue. Yeah. So they shouldn't go as well.
Yeah.
So then they decided to go, and then I mean, if they come back to England, they're going to have to quarantine anyway for however many days it is these days.
That was the other side of it. It was like, when you're looking at when we're interested in the Premier League games and who can play for us.
This is the less of the evils.
To simplify it, Liverpool, Rafinha, he was never going to play in the Liverpool game, whether he went or not.
No, it's just the length of afterwards, isn't it?
Yeah, because if he'd have gone, he'd have to come back and self-isolate, because that's what the Premier League would wanted. And if he didn't go, indeed he hasn't gone, then the Brazilian Federation have gone.
But they've only called that. You
you
don't have to. It's not like an automatic thing. They have to say these haven't. Like we called these up, they haven't turned up.
Yeah.
So they're in a way sort of punishing their own guys.
Yeah. Alienating
their own
players.
Yeah. To be better about it, because Argentina got their players. And they're not being punished for it.
What John Smith's saying over on Facebook is, it's compulsory to play for your nation if selected. As Raf declined to go and play for them, how can they ban him? Making someone do something they don't want to do is the very definition of slavery, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, then, you get into sort of, I guess that turns into a legal battle, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just all very peculiar.
But the power that they have over sanctioning players that are playing in a league that's not even in their country.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what gets
why don't the Premier League just ring FIFA up and say, look, just just wind your neck.
What they should have done is, when they were picked and they decided that it wasn't going to, they say, oh, well, sorry, I've got an injury.
Yeah, so I was just say what stops them from saying, I've hurt toe.
Yeah.
Well, we could have gone full sick note 6 like the Charlton game.
Yeah.
I've got lipstick on my back, I can't go.
Yeah. Contusion, I think it was the words.
Contusion, yeah.
Well, maybe that's not the Bielsa way. It's too honest through those.
But somebody has made the comment in the comments that Raf chose not to go. Leeds didn't tell him he couldn't go. He chose not to go, which
in order to be able to play for Leeds.
He's honourable.
That's the Bielsa thing. Yeah, I'm sure that's Bielsa rubbing off on him.
Yeah, probably, mate. Yeah. On about Bielsa rubbing off on people, I've not wrote this on the notes, but it's just jumped into my mind as well. There's been something gone off in the last couple of days. I only caught it fleetingly today, where Paul Warne, Rotherham manager, who's waxed lyrical about Bielsa before, has let another team score a goal.
All right.
I can't remember the exact detail. I know that's terrible. I should really have done some research, but it's just popped into my head now.
Yeah.
Look it up. Rotherham's Paul Warne in the game against Doncaster, where Rotherham won 6-0 or something along them lines. Either got a penalty kick back to the keeper or did some Bielsa like. Anyway, check it out. So
that's nice.
It shows that Bielsa rubs off on people quite heavily.
Is that because they were sort of silly goals up?
In other news, then, Leeds Academy product and Champions League winner Scott Carson,
because of said bannings
debacle, will be playing for Man City against Leicester this weekend. As,
I bet they're shitting themselves. They weren't planning on that.
No, Brazil have obviously sectioned Edison. He's not allowed to play, and the second choice, Stefan, has got COVID.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that third keeper who went to Forest on loan, and they were like Marichu, and he was like the next big thing, and he played against us at Ellen Road, and he was fucking abysmal. Couldn't catch a cold. Do you remember him?
Yeah, because we were linked with him.
Oh God, he was awful. Like to the point of thinking it were a wind-up.
Yeah,
it was that bad. Couldn't catch anything. Couldn't kick it. Couldn't catch it.
I think he was quite highly rated, but he just had a really bad game. He kind of did a Rachubka, didn't he? Had a bad game, and then it was just awful from then onwards.
Vanished. So anyway, Leeds Academy product, Scott Carson, and Champions League winner is going to.
Jonathan Brooks says Pantamillion.
Pantilimon, no, Pantilimon.
Yeah.
I wonder where he is now. He was extremely long, weren't he? Pantilimon. He was like a grown-up version of Melier.
Fair enough, yeah.
You know when Melier cocoons and he comes out of his cocoon
like a butterfly.
Yeah, he'll come out like Pantilimon.
Right. So the next debating point.
Insect.
Quite a few people saying that the referee's absolutely garbage in the Poland game.
Yeah.
But I've not been paying attention too much to pass comment, but I think he is pretty shit.
Yeah.
Before we came on air, Ben had a chat with James Rogers, who's the chairman of Oet United, who obviously hosts us now down at Ingfield, and asked a very simple question. If England was to lift the 3 p.m. TV blackout, so any game that kicks off at 3 p.m. can't be shown live on TV. It's like a rule that's been in since something like 1952 or something stupid. And the idea was that it would get people into grounds as opposed to consuming it on a black and white telly.
No football between 3 and 5:15.
Yeah, so this has come about because of Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, it's always been about, but Cristiano Ronaldo will play his first game for Manchester United at the weekend.
Don't care.
Yeah,
but anyway.
But everyone wants to watch that.
I don't.
And they play at 3 a.m. Well, all right, everyone but us.
I'm washing my hair that day.
A lot of people want to watch it. So, but it comes on to the bigger question of the 3 p.m. blackout. So everyone wants to watch this game, or a lot of people want to watch this game. And they can't, because obviously there's this blackout, 3:45, 5:15. You can't broadcast any game, whether it be from anywhere in the world in the UK, which was brought about because they want people to go to games.
Yeah.
Whether it be your local team, if you wanted to come down to Oet United, if you wanted to go to Bradford City, or the lower end teams and stuff like that.
I like how he did that then, Ben. He snuck that in, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oet United, Bradford City.
I'm thinking like same level.
Yeah.
So
Bradford Park Avenue.
Yes.
Searching that Football Manager database.
Yeah. So there's all them that. So it's supposed to encourage people.
Yeah.
Now, a lot has changed over the last sort of 2 years with COVID and everything, and the broadcasting of football, and I suppose a lot before that as well. That if someone wanted to watch a game, it's quite easy. I wouldn't say easy, but it's accessible in the wrong ways because it's illegal. Yeah. Let's just say that, like from the off. I'm not advocating it, but if people want to watch a game, they can go do that.
Yeah.
However they want to do
these
that.
Websites.
Yeah. So the question is, is it like an old law, and should it be changed or scrapped or whatever? So I asked the guy here at Oet, would that make a difference? And I'm thinking in a negative way that people are going to stay at home and not come to places like Oet. Whereas he sort of changed that for me.
It, mate.
He totally flipped it and said, I could put the game on here so people could come here, have a few pints, and have the live game here and have the Leeds game on at the same time.
We're in Wakefield. Who's asked about Man U?
Well, no,
You know what I mean?
it's not just Man United. Anyone.
Like Leeds are on that.
So our next game, we're away. Not the next. The next game we're away at 3:00 is Southampton, I think.
Yeah.
So everyone's thinking, Southampton's a long way to go.
Long ass way.
You've only got 3,000 tickets, so there's a lot of people who at 3:00 on a Saturday, where a traditional thing would be you put your radio on or whatever. But with technology these days and ways of accessing stuff on the internet, there's going to be people that are going to do that illegally.
Yeah. So why don't the official channels play ball?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, on your point, John Smith makes a point. They show 3 p.m. kickoffs in Spain and stadium attendance is over 90%. They also show them in Italy and attendance is down near 70%.
Yeah.
If they decide to show Premier League games here in the UK, no way would it affect the Premier League attendance. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But he says I think it would lower down the leagues.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These teams have taken a kicking as it is with COVID and stuff like that, and they've hardly been helped out as much as they can. And then just giving another 3 p.m. game. I see what you mean about people coming and watching it down at the clubhouses and stuff, but that means if they're in here watching it, they're not out there supporting the team that they've come to watch.
But to flip that though, they're then spending money on beer behind the bar.
Yeah,
and they've paid to get in. So
would they not just go to like club down?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, that's the other side of it.
There's pros and cons to it, isn't there?
Yeah, of course.
I think if you look on, it's people who sit on Twitter and watch the team from the sofa that want it.
Yeah,
people. Yeah.
Like we don't need to be. There's an element of like pandering to the, that new, like it makes you think about the Super League.
Well, let's be honest. What comes
fan.
next is they lift the 3 p.m. ban because we all want to see Cristiano return back to Manchester. When I'd rather stick pins down my Jap's eye.
Forget the Cristiano Ronaldo thing. It's just come about. They're talking about it because of that. But
the flip side
as a general thing,
the flip side of that then going forward is then teams like them, Arsenal, Premier League teams will then sell their own TV rights.
Yeah.
Right. Which will then pander to your fans in China and that. And I'm not for 1 minute saying that they can't think, but again, it comes to them powerful teams who are now global brands again begin to rake all the cash in, while all the lower end teams who are not global brands don't rake all the cash.
So that's one side of it. And I suppose in a way, our teams like your Manchester, your top fours, whatever we want to call them, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Liverpool,
Arsenal.
All them, maybe Arsenal, bottom of the league Arsenal, but
top 4 at Championship, I think.
Yeah. So
best stadium in Championship.
Them teams are going to be on and the traditional sort of Super Sunday, Monday night football, Saturday lunchtime, Saturday tea time. They would still stay. The problem is those that aren't in that sort of bracket. So, you could sell them. The clubs could then sell like the rights to that. And I'm 50-50 on this one. Do you not play Premier League games at 3:00?
Ooh.
Does that, because, and there's I sort of think exactly the same, that there's that traditional thing there that there's no better than a 3:00 on a Saturday to go to a game. But I'm trying to put myself in the other side of it, that you're only appeasing 30,000 people for 3 games that are going to be on a Saturday, or 3 to 4 games, whereas you've got a TV audience of millions that are going to pay more and stuff like that. And then you could then say to football league clubs or clubs like Oet United or whatever that could then
stream their games.
And you could pay a subscription for the EFL or whatever if you want to watch them games or however they want to do that. I'm not a broadcasting specialist, so I don't know. So there's a lot of ways to solve it, but there's always going to be someone it's going to like someone's not going to be happy with it.
Someone's always going to be put out, aren't they?
Yeah. I was just about to bring that point up. We think about Leeds fans who live Southampton, London, all that type of stuff. I'm sure they'd pray for the 3:00 to be lifted, not so that they don't have to come to Ellen Road, because I'm sure they love coming to Ellen Road, but just so that the times they can't come to Ellen Road, they can still take in the game. But you just can't. You can't please everybody, can you?
You think back to when we were in the Championship and we weren't on Sky every week. We were on Sky a lot, but there were them games where we weren't, and you'd watch a night game on the red button on Sky.
Awful commentary.
It was awful, but at least you got to watch it, and not to do a disservice to people like Radio Leeds. It's better than watching it but listen to it on the radio because you're watching it.
Yeah.
And as much as they do a brilliant job at radio, Leeds, and
I think it's an interesting debate, and I could see arguments either side at coin, but I don't know which side I sit on it. I mean, I'm kind of.
You've not got tickets for the West Ham game.
Missed out on tickets to the West Ham game.
And I'm not sure.
Fucking bastards.
When do we play? Is West Ham a Sky game?
No, it's a 3 o'clock.
So what do you do at 3 o'clock on Saturday? What?
Yeah.
I'll be waiting to watch the highlights that night.
Yeah.
I know what I'd like as a fan is I'd like the club to have the right to stream it.
Yeah.
Through an official.
So
for a fair price as well. I don't want to be skinned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By my own club, but I like the idea of 100% of the money that I pay going to the club. You know.
Yeah. Rather than some massive media mogul.
So you can keep your national streams and that. I suppose you can keep.
Oh, I don't like Paddy in red. Sorry.
You can keep your 3 p.m. blackout for your Sky Sports, BT Sports, all them.
So I'll give you this example.
Bracket to...
Last week, your son Gary went to watch Barnsley. Yeah,
he did. Yeah.
So he went to watch Barnsley because
Birmingham.
he wasn't. Leeds weren't playing at that time.
Yeah, and he got a free ticket.
Oh well, all right, okay, got a free ticket.
Sorry,
but
has that fucked your argument up?
No, because he's still gone to that game.
Yeah,
and people could then go to their local clubs and rather than paying 10, 15 pounds to watch Leeds over the internet.
Yeah, he went there and I came here. I came to watch Oet against Ebburn because Leeds weren't playing.
Yeah.
But as a Leeds fan who's not been a season ticket holder, which is it's no secret, I've talked about it week in, week out, is even if they kept the 3 p.m. blackout and I can't get West Ham tickets and I didn't have some other means of watching the game, which you discussed at the top, and I'm not saying for 1 minute I'm going to watch an illegal stream because I'm not, but I still wouldn't come down here because I would literally be pinned to the radio. I'd be home,
right.
But that's just me. Like,
no, I'd do the same.
When I coach down here,
that's what I used to do up until being able to get hold of streams
things to watch on. Yeah,
that's what I did. You listen to Radio Leeds. I had a radio that it didn't go off Radio Leeds. I literally came on at 2 o'clock when Radio Leeds came on. And I listened to the whole program. I had the game. And again, this will not come as a great surprise to anybody who followed me on Twitter for longer than 5 minutes. I gave myself a self-imposed ban from Ellen Road when we had the Bates Chilino crossover because I just felt that they were both just ripping the arse out of the fans more than anybody. I do have a problem with chairman and owners making money off the club because ultimately it's a business and that's what they're in it for. But I didn't like the way that the fans were being treated. So I had a full sort of year and a bit out and I came here coaching at Ossett and then I went to Shaw Lane. And then I got that pissed off with it. I went and joined Trust with you to try and do something about it because I got fucked off with it. But, you know, it killed me. That 3 o'clock killed me. I mean, James here, we played Curzon Ashton on a Saturday, and Curzon Ashton are now like a conference side, and we beat them 2-0, and it was first game they'd lost at home in 2 years. And it was like a big, massive deal for us here. But there's loads of photos. There were a photo of me on the front page of the non-league paper looking over my shoulder up at the stadium, trying to find out what the Leeds Huddersfield score was. Yeah.
So, like, although I was mega invested in our Ossett we're getting on, I'm constantly like, it's fucking 20 to now. And I realised at that point, you know what? I can't step away from it. I'm too invested in it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm that type of person. I'm that invested in it. If I couldn't get to the game and I couldn't find a perfectly other legal way of watching it, like flying to Spain for that particular day just to watch the game, which is what I'll be doing when West Ham play. Then I'd sit.
If any VPN suppliers want to sponsor us, that would be quite interesting.
Nordic VPN, there one.
There's plenty. I use Surfshark.
Oh dear,
it seems to be all right.
Is an annual subscription to Surfshark?
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah.
How expensive?
I don't know. I think I paid it ages ago.
All right, cool.
Josh, you pay for a year and you got like 5.3.
Before we get ourselves in some sort of legal mess here. Don't watch streams that are illegal in the UK. Josh, season ticket holder? No. So where do you sit on this debate, mate? So me, you, and Mike are in similar boats. I mean, Ben's lucky enough and has been a season ticket holder for a long time.
Well, you say lucky enough.
It's my own fault.
Not maybe for the last few years, but
it's my own fault. Really. I've not got a season ticket, and then just end up going to like every home game.
Yeah, we do similar.
Ridiculous.
But I suppose
now we can't get one,
and that's the situation where people are in. Like you said, you went to uni and coming back to Leeds all the time, and the expense of a season ticket, it sort of in a way probably put you out of getting a season ticket. So. You get to the point now where there is a 3 o'clock game You haven't been able to get a season ticket. It's pretty much a closed shop, or it is a closed shop.
Yeah.
So what do you do to watch that game?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's an
You can
interesting
think
debate.
of every sort of thing of how you're going to do it. If you are not at that game, you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've spent 10 minutes debating this and we don't know the answer ultimately.
No.
But it's an interesting debate and we'll have to see what it irks me a little bit that it has to be prompted because Cristiano Ronaldo comes back to Premier League. Who fucking cares?
When it's fronted like that, like you instantly think, oh, like what? So you pay 100 million or X amount of money for a player, and that automatically means to lift a ban and then put it back.
Yeah,
down again.
exactly.
When you talk about it in depth, then there's obviously pros and cons.
Oh yeah, if they lifted that, just so Man United,
and then put it back,
that would be very similar to the European Super League stuff for me. That's bending a rule for one club, and that should never happen.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, like, it might be one of those debates that we can never solve, but it's important just as fans to just be aware of it.
Yeah.
Because you can guarantee that somewhere behind in some boardroom somewhere, they'll be working out ways to do it. And somebody will try to do it to benefit them, whether it be Man U or...
Of course they do.
You know,
and before, groups like your supporters trusts and supporters groups are good to be involved with and to sort of follow for that, to have your voice as a fan.
Yeah.
As other Twitch watcher, N'Golo Kante Ole. What? Good name. N'Golo Kante Ole. Board need to get on with it. And
is it the N'Golo Kante?
And expand the stadium. Could easily sell 55,000 every week. Yeah, but again, this is not going to be an overnight thing. It's not going to be like, oh, tomorrow we'll have 55,000.
Just click your fingers and we've got a brand new
stand. And it doesn't really help us out unless you're on season ticket waiting list.
You know what they should have done? Just capped members at a realistic amount.
Yeah, mate,
that would have sorted everything. But
you bang on.
Let's just try and bring in as much money. What happened to that season ticket waiting list? Because I've never heard anything of that since I paid to be on it. And there's no one who said how many people are on that season.
20,000.
Is there?
Yeah, 20,000 apparently. Again, that's from an unofficial.
Nobody really knows.
Yeah, you know, you're right. And I mean, we'll talk about the membership in Shithouse of the week, funnily enough. But it's.
And you're never going to get anywhere with that until there is a new stand built.
Yeah.
No.
But even then, if the waiting list is 20,000, you get a new stand.
Not going to be 20,000 season tickets.
They're not going to. Yeah. So there's still going to be 10,000 on a waiting list.
Still be day trippers and happy clappers. So anyway, let's move on. This coming weekend, then, one of the big guys back at Ellen Road with fans in terms of Liverpool, former Premier League winners in recent times, obviously. But without their Brazilian players, and same as us, Rafinha who's going to be missing. Yes. So that brings me on to my first question. Starting 11 then for the game against Liverpool, assuming, touch wood, that all our players get through the last international games without being broken. Who plays now that Rafinha can't play? Who plays?
Me and Mike run about this on the way, and it's very Bielsa-like. You know, you'd think Dan James comes straight in. It's very Bielsa-like for him to not play.
Do you know what I think? Who I think plays?
Stuart Dallas.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Stuart. Oh, Mike, you're saying that, and you know, a nod to Stuart and his family. He's obviously left international duty for some family emergency. So obviously we don't know what that is. And you know, love to the Dallases if it's something bad or whatever it is. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Firpo comes in at left back and Dallas goes and plays on wing.
Yeah.
Where he started his career.
That is more believable than any other Dan James there or. And Somerville
it's Dan James, Somerville or Dallas, isn't it?
It's Dallas, mate, isn't it? It's Dallas.
I'd say so.
Would you be surprised if Somerville turned out though?
No surprise.
Pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised.
I think
it'd be a big ask though, wouldn't it?
Against Robertson. Robertson's really good.
Essentially, somebody who's got the same build as a child, never played for first team. Here you go, Liverpool at home.
Yeah.
We did it with Jack Clark.
I know he did it with Jack Clark, but it's a fucking.
And then
ask,
you can go like
big ask.
I guess he came on a sub, but Alan Smith did it.
Yeah,
that's twice I've mentioned Alan Smith today.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, well, it'll be very interesting come 2:00. We got tickets for that one, Mike, didn't we?
We did indeed. Yeah,
Pink Gods. We'll bought some binos
with all clappers, happy clappers, and
on the Rafinha thing.
Bring a scarf and a woolly hat.
Do you is it better for us that if Rafinha doesn't play, but also Alisson, Fabinho?
Oh, so would you sacrifice Rafinha for them to not play as well?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. They're harder done to than we are.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Far,
I was saying to Ben, them without Alisson, it's like a tiger into a house cat. You know, Alisson is massive for them because who's it? Mignolet,
Adrian.
Adrian, yeah.
Adrian.
Minula's not been there for years.
Sorry.
Rocky's girlfriend.
There's
is
another
in it.
proper young
senior
keeper
moment.
as well that they're talking about playing.
Yeah,
like a proper young
Cameron
kid.
Keller.
Yeah.
So I asked this on Twitter
But
earlier. And so would you take Raf missing Liverpool if Roberto, Firmino, Fabinho, and Alisson all missed 2? And we've got 47 for yes and 53 for no.
Interesting.
Really?
How many votes? 367.
367, yeah.
The thing is, I think the little bit of that is the fact that everybody realizes that Raf is arguably our most creative player. However,
Harrison is.
Harrison's equally as creative, and
our player of the month for August, by the way.
yeah, our player of the
By
month for
quite
August,
some
Jack
margin.
Harrison. So thanks for everybody who voted for
Yeah.
Jack. I'll give him a ring later and tell him we voted.
Yeah.
In fact, you've got his number, Joshua. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got his number?
No,
No, mate. Did he follow you on any socials after that?
no.
Oh, what?
I don't know who I am.
Fucking hell, Jack. Sorry,
We've revoked. We've revoked his player of the month.
Fuck it.
status.
Yeah. We'll get to Alioski instead. Is he even alive? Him?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Right then. So Liverpool at the weekend.
Yes.
Nice to see one of the big boys. I hate calling them back, but with fans in, it'll be an electric atmosphere, full sellout.
Hopefully the away end is better than Everton's.
Yeah, Everton were poor.
Well,
Crew were better than Everton.
Going on the sort of voices I've heard from Liverpool home fans, which I suppose they are usually a bit different, aren't they? There's more sort of passionate fans that go away.
Fans are meant to be the mental ones.
Yeah.
No,
So-
they have a good away following, but
Yeah.
Everton have a good away following. Everton will sell out everywhere they go.
They were fucking crap.
I
They were
couldn't
awful.
tell how he stand up a bit. I couldn't tell.
They were
we
terrible.
were in Southtown.
They were silent.
They were poor.
I sort of, it was about 20, 25 minutes in, and I turned to Gaz and went, oh yeah, they're all. We were in South Stand, and we were like, oh yeah, Everton fans couldn't hear.
They were
Then they
quiet,
scored
I
a
think
penalty.
they
They scored that penalty and let a flare off.
I think they class that as a decent away following as well. Like,
Oh.
they will sell out everywhere they go. Like
Yeah.
Liverpool will, but it's
good to see
turn up.
I think that you're going to get that in the Premier League. Every
yeah.
sort of, especially for us, I guess this year, every team that comes to
It
us
is-
is going to sell out.
It is really good to see
Yeah.
it away and full.
Yeah.
Because we've had countless games where it's been Reading have brought 83 or Bristol City have brought 200.
Thing is, as well,
you know.
it was Saturday 3 o'clock. I should be
Yeah.
bang up for it, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
There was people chatting on Twitter saying there were Everton fans in Leeds, and I'm saying
Well, the
Leeds fans couldn't get it. Leeds fans couldn't get it.
honestly,
Never mind Everton fans.
Yeah, right.
Stephen Mayer saying Firmino might play because he was
it's
injured
just-
when the international game came
Yeah,
on, so he wouldn't be banned. He might play.
some of us were wearing our new away kit. Might have looked a bit Everton.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Nah, they were chatting at the thought game.
John Smith, this is a very interesting one. We'll never do it because it's
Sorry,
not
yeah.
very Bielsa-ish, but he put they can only fine us or award the opposition a 3-0 win if we play our banned players. So if they play their banned players and we play our banned players, it's a draw.
3-3.
No, but I think it's winnable with Adrian in goal.
I
I
do.
think we can
I do,
go
yeah.
to him. Yeah.
I do.
Bring
Agree.
Dan James on 60th minute if he's lost all that weight somehow.
Well, let's hold your lost all that way. Let's hold your prediction, mate. 'Cause that's
Oh, it's kicking off in Poland.
proper kicking off. Oh, who's walking here? Blockheads involved. Maguire,
Calves there.
Calves,
Bury
Calves
Beckham. Bury Beckham there. in,
Kane trying to have a
Trippier.
chat. There's a yellow card out. Maguire's lost his head.
Shot back
A
and
big one.
stomping.
He's gone.
Was he?
He seems to be in front of everything. That Polish kid there, who's right in the referee's face.
It looks like,
Oh,
I don't want to be
bit of a slip.
stereotypical. It looks like proper angry Polish, doesn't it?
Angry Polish.
That's quite
Yeah.
stereotypical. To be fair. What's good? Is it half time or what's
That's not Grzycki, is it?
No.
number 15? Whoever it is. He's chasing him. Ref's chasing him. Holding his ear. He's literally unplugged that radio in.
Oh.
Oh, he's following him.
Are they all just walking off now?
What is happening here?
Don't have a clue what's going on.
Me
It's
either.
like there's been a bust up in school playground,
Has
and
anyone
the
come out
kid
and tell
the
us
kid
what-
knows the teacher's in for him, so he's walking.
I realise
away.
this is not making a great
Has anyone
podcast.
wrote what's happened? Or?
Yeah, somebody tell us what's happened. We're just watching it
Yeah.
back. It's Glick,
Click.
and I think ref's going to book him, pointing to his
Oh,
ear.
dear.
Oh, it's all kicking off. Anyway, this is not making a good podcast, so let's carry on talking. So yeah, big game against Liverpool. We best get some
Must win.
predictions. Nah,
Must
not a must
win.
win. Not a must win. Let's get some predictions anyway, and we'll get Raggy back next week to mend his predictor because I broke
Yeah.
it.
Raggy's predictor.
So we did some England predictions last week. I can't remember any of them, but I think we said they were going to win. So far they're doing well. So 3 points
I
across the
think
board.
did I say a draw? Can't remember. Because you said
Oh, she did. Scott.
Yeah, typical.
yeah. I'm sure I
Typical.
didn't say a 1-1. So it's
Typical.
So Glick and Maguire have just been yellow carded for
For
don't know what
something
for,
we
and
don't
it's
know
half
what.
time.
So,
Anyway.
Liverpool this coming Sunday in the 4:30, is it 4:30 kickoff?
Yeah, 4:30,
4:30,
yeah.
strange time for a kickoff.
Well, that's all the Super Sunday one now. They're all 4:30 out the later game.
Yeah, 4:30. So 4:30 kickoff at Ellen Road. The Liverpool team reappear after the last time they were in. It was all the Super League debacle, and Klopp got monk on because of some t-shirts. Mike, coming to you first. How do you see the game going on Sunday? What is your prediction for a result?
2-1 Leeds. Go for it.
Fucking hell, he's gone 2-1 Leeds.
Yeah.
2-1 Leeds. Interesting. Ben, give Josh some thinking time. Ben,
I would thinking the same, to be fair.
really?
Yeah, 2-1 Leeds.
2-1
We'll
Leeds.
just nick it.
Yeah.
Josh,
1-0 Leeds.
1-0 Leeds.
Yeah. Clean sheet. 1-0
Fuck, I
Leeds.
feel right under pressure now.
I can't say Liverpool will win, can I?
Oh, God. I'm
going to say 2-1, but I'll say 1-0.
going to go with Josh and go 1-0 Leeds. So, quick clean sweep across the board. Raggy, we've lost him. We don't know where he is. So he hasn't put a prediction in yet, but I'm sure he'll text one in or something when we find out wherever he's hiding in some sort of a cave somewhere or something along them lines. So, yeah. Other news and lads. New kits come out today. What's the tagline we're using for all our new kits? Different by choice or different by design? That's the one, yeah. What do you think to the lilac and white ensemble, Ben? Could see you in it.
It doesn't surprise me.
No, it does surprise me. He's been on DHgate for about 18 months.
Yeah. He just seems a bit bland, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah, I like something a bit sort
Lazy.
of. Yeah, he's quite lazy, isn't it? It's literally
for
like
the
a.
money.
It's a bit like they've gone, do it, and then it's come back and they've gone, just tone it down a bit, like wash it out a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, wash it a
Or
few
like
times.
they just like. It's a bit Sunday league, isn't it? Like
when I
they've got a standard Adidas sort of template,
That's all
and
they
they've
are
just
for
gone,
them, innit?
oh, give it a bit of like light blue, purpley type color.
I mean, a few points on this for the money that the designers get at Adidas. Right?
Lazy.
And
I don't
But it's
think-
not
I don't
no
think
because
it
like
is.
look
I
at
don't think it
Ajax.
is.
They knocked that Bob
No,
Marley
Arsenal's-
tradition thing out. That's bang on. Arsenal's
first
kit's bang on.
amazing,
yeah.
but I think it's just the level we are. I don't think we sell enough to
yeah,
be on that grade. We're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
we're just
I
a
think-
bog standard. Give him a template and put the
Yeah,
badge on
yeah.
it. Until we get to that level, that's when we'll
Yeah.
start seeing.
We get
better
Leicester's
kits.
cast outs at the
yeah.
moment, don't we?
Yeah, I think I agree. Like I've said this before, like we have to kind of get consistently top 10, top 6, and then they kind of
Then they'll put an effort in.
bust out the custom.
Yeah,
the custom designs.
Yeah.
They'll not get the
Um,
like YTS lad to do it. They'll get somebody who knows what they're doing
The intern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on Microsoft Paint.
exactly. What else was I going to say? Got sidetracked there.
Sorry, I just
I'm having a sea lion
Do you like
moment.
it? Do you like it?
No.
That's the thing. No, you don't. Not a fan of the lilac ensemble.
No.
Why?
No. I
think-
don't know.
It's not really Leeds, but it's like
it's
not.
It's not. That.
It's not out there enough to
Them
be like.
famous words.
to be-
That's what I was going to say.
like
I was-
the one last year, and I guess
Got it back.
we discussed it earlier, the grey pinky thing the other year.
Charcoal
stuff
and
like-
pink. I
Yeah,
think it wasn't
yeah.
it?
they were kind of out there and somewhat really different.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, okay, it's a bit wild. Fair enough. This is just like meh,
This has been put.
meh in
this is-
lilac.
This is your missus's purple knickers going in with your white lead shirt by accident, and just that
Yeah,
comes out.
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
How do you know about
do you
Alice's
know-
knickers?
Awkward.
I think it's like no one's got a strong opinion of it. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I mean, like we
Yeah,
talked
it's like-
before we came on. My daughter will like it. I
Yeah.
might buy my wife it.
Yeah.
I'll buy my daughter.
Well,
it,
and
that's
that-
the
but-
one I'm waiting for. Like,
Yeah, is that
And I
the
suppose
sort
that
of
works,
thing?
doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of.
Mm.
I mean, we were joking before, like, what games are they actually going to wear it in? We were struggling, weren't we? Really, to think of one. So
I mean, as sort of color palette, I guess this year it's not very different, is it?
no,
Yeah.
exactly.
You've got a light blue, a dark blue, and white.
Are the,
Yeah.
are the shorts and socks same colour as the top?
I
or are
think
they white
so, yeah.
shorts or
So.
darker short.
Graham Langrish says check out Scum's away kit, but blue and yellow.
Yeah, that's
Seen
that's
it,
why
yeah.
that's why we
Yeah.
couldn't use
Yeah.
we couldn't have blue and yellow. That's why we couldn't have
Yeah.
yellow stripes on that
Is
away
it?
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they chose them.
Bastards.
Well, like Ben was saying as well,
That's levels,
when I-
that innit? That's the levels that
man,
it is.
levels.
Yeah. when I first heard the rumors of it being purple or lilac or whatever, I was like,
When we were still in Championship.
yeah. I was like,
That's how long it's been out.
I was thinking like, oh, maybe something like Fiorentina, like proper, like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
made
yeah.
it look cool as
Batistuta
Yeah.
time.
yeah,
Yeah, that
You're
was a good
thinking,
shirt.
yeah, but then it comes out and you're like, Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
just
like
faded.
the '98 Puma one with the Lazio type thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
great shirt. I
Yeah.
love that shirt.
Do you think
Loved that shirt.
But it's literally got nothing on it. It's just like
You can get that
lilac
from Terrace as a mug.
with a white trim.
Do you know them? You know them shirts you talk about though. Do you think them 90s brands that sponsored it make the shirt what it is? Like now, that sport off, it's
Not a fan now.
Yeah.
I think the thing
Do you
is,
know what I mean? Like-
it's bringing dollar in it. Let's
Yeah,
be
yeah.
top. That's
you'll
the
never get Yorkshire Evening
post on
No,
it.
yeah.
No, but even like Packard Bell.
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Packard Bell weren't. I know they're a computer company, but they weren't massive, were they?
Yeah. Turn of the millennium. Yeah, it was.
Well, so we are.
I think that maybe had something to do with
There's like the cyber.
the company
revolution
that
and
was to do with those that owned Leeds at the time. It was like a computer company. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Right.
It might be something to do with that.
We had some shit ones and all. Red Kite, that was up there. Net Flights,
Enterprise Insurance.
Enterprise Insurance, who then pulled out a bit when
but then
Chilino
again,
bought the club.
The net flights one that hints at the fact that no matter what the shirt and the kit is, if it depends what you do on the pitch, like
Yeah.
you know, if like net flights is promotion from League One, so
Yeah.
it's kind of got a little bit of
What was
Andy,
the one?
Andy Hughes.
value to it.
What
Yeah,
was the one
yeah.
that looked like a washing machine logo? It had like different colours on it.
Bet
Korean.
42,
Oh,
bet
God.
24.
Bet
Bet 365, wasn't it?
No, Bet 24.
Bet 24, yeah.
Because it was
That
the whole
was
thing.
horrific.
It was the whole thing of
The
like
thing is,
finish 24.
that shirt
you can go
was
through
decent,
sort of-
though. The shirt
Yeah,
itself
yeah.
was decent. It just had this horrific circular thing on it.
Yeah.
It was like an
I didn't
Admiral
like
one with
that
like
shirt.
a little bit of a blue trim, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
quite nice. I liked it, to be honest.
But like you can go through that with football, can't you? Like there's that Liverpool 80s shirt with Candy, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess you
yeah.
can associate Sharp and Man United in the
View
90s.
camp
and
with that black shirt when they all
Yeah,
complained
yeah.
and Southampton
Yeah.
did them 7-0.
JBC with
Arsenal.
Yeah,
Arsenal. Yeah.
It's when you start associating
Cause
their memories
we,
with the kits. That's
yeah,
when
yeah.
they become the kit they are type thing.
Yeah.
Like
Carlsberg with
Pablo's goal at
Liverpool.
Swansea and stuff like that. I think we haven't got anything to put it against yet.
Yeah.
So it could
Yeah,
be,
true.
What was the Rangers one? McEwen's Lager.
Yes.
Blackburn
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So it does depend what you do in the shirt as well. Like,
Yeah, it does. But
um,
I think I discussed this with lads on Terrace when I used to do their podcast. That, like, I think generically across the board, there's not much effort goes into shirts anymore. Like
Yeah,
even
yeah,
at the top of the game, like they are still quite,
Yeah.
same every year.
See,
just a
that's
little
what I
bit
liked
different.
about this home shirt. That
It's
it's,
a bit
a bit of a different color,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Well, I didn't like it initially, but then it's grown on me since.
Yeah.
And I actually do quite like it. I think it looks quite smart and clean and sort of tidy.
Yeah.
I do think it looks nice. But like you go back and you think, that like Graham Langrish said, then the Newcastle Brown Ale shirt with the Newcastle shirt
Yeah.
with that. just
oh,
that
the
massive-
shield with the shield.
Yeah,
on the back
I
and
love that
stuff.
with shield
Yeah,
on back
yeah.
at Newcastle. Well, class. You just had to have a number in the name on, otherwise it looked
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But yeah, Alex Mendes says our Strongbow shirts all still stand out to do, and I'm devastated that I did that thing of when I left home to join the military, I fucking binned
I
them all.
thought you were going to say burnt them.
No, I binned them all. In fact, that yellow shirt I took to Iraq, and I had it hung over something in Iraq, but I don't know where it went.
I had the blue one.
That's it, I think.
I had the blue one.
Yeah.
And I got it. Got home, put it on. Next day, my mum were glossing work side and that lot. No, glossing door frames. She said, just be careful walking fast there.
Oh,
Walked
no.
fast, it swiped my back.
Oh,
I didn't tell her. I just folded it back and put it in my drawer.
Terps, takes it
It's too late.
It won't
It's too
fit
late
now.
Bastard. We'll make it fit. We'll make it fit. Ben Parker, not the footballing one, the wagon driving one, Ben. The one that Mike's got on is the one that he still loves.
Yeah.
And you, Mike, for being in that shirt.
Oh,
That's
good.
it. Tell you what I like. I like a white goalkeeper shirt. Remember when Butland were here on loan and we had a white?
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a lot of his ass because he was bending down to pick ball out at net. No, not it didn't have
thing.
no. I like a white goalie shirt. I don't know why. I just do.
I can't remember that many.
Yeah.
Only
Best-
90s ones.
I like
Yeah,
to.
the 90s ones were just dazzling. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lukic.
Like
That one
bus
looked like.
like the music shape ones.
Yeah,
like, yeah. Nigel Martin.
Elbow patches on them.
Yes. Yes. Now we're talking. Showing his age here, boys. Showing his age.
yeah. Just
Anyway, shall we move on? So we talked about the kit. We don't
Yeah.
like it, or some of us don't like it.
It's fine.
Reserved
I won't
judgment
wear
until
it.
we
I
see
won't
him.
wear it, but I
No.
buy it for my daughter.
Like I say, it serves a purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that's what they're targeting, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And when you see like Jack Harrison and Rafina running around,
Oh, they look
it
magnificent.
looks incredible.
Yeah. Jack would look magnificent in the bin liner.
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
So.
We fully have a love in for Jack Harrison at the moment.
His girlfriend's gone a bit shabby on Instagram posts, so I'm hoping she's okay. I've not seen up from her for a bit.
Pascal's the hunk.
Maybe she's
Pascal's my boy.
Mate, Pascal's a dark horse, man.
Isn't it? He put
Johnny Depp.
the put a picture up, and I honestly thought it would one of them Pro Evo previews at players. Like I thought, he's chiseled.
Josh, did you listen to the show when I said I had a piss outside of Pascal at Sheffield Wednesday?
No,
I did. He's a big lad. Not in that department, just very big and tall. Yeah, I went to see him again. I went to see Izzy Brown play for 23s.
Oh, God.
They were Wednesday, I had a load of pork cabins, and I went for a piss, and a young Pascal, Kevin had a piss inside
like
of
we were saying earlier about our youth and that tells you everything. You know, when you'd go see pre-season, that, I can't wait to go see Helder Costa at pre-season and against Guiseley, and then you come away going, that McCalmont's good. Oh, yeah. McCalmont actually ran that midfield.
Yeah.
That tells you everything.
You know what the best one for that? Simon Walton, who had just been relegated.
Fan of the show.
We're playing Valencia at home. We were like the first game, like, right, we've just been relegated from Premier League.
Debut.
What's going on here?
For morale.
And he comes on and scores a penalty, and he was just like kicking everyone at race.
He got sent off.
He was classing, wasn't he?
His debut got sent off. Yeah. Top guy. We've had him on show. Brilliant as well. Really, really, really nice guy. Moving on then. Oet, obviously our new home, Oet United. We're quite enamoured by his new home, aren't we? Josh, what do you think to his new home down at Enfield? It's good, isn't it?
Crammed a load in as well.
Look, it's rammed, mate. Yeah, literally, all these people here, it's rammed. But yeah, I came down last night, watched them in a very thrilling encounter against Stockton Town. I brought my son down. It's £11 for the two of us.
That's good,
£9 for me, £2 for lad. Got in, found ourselves
better than the £47 that you can pay in the. You have to, if you get the block next to the Leeds fans at St James's Park, because there is tickets available. You can go on and get them in
general sale.
Yeah, they're on general sale. It's £47 for a man and child.
So next Wednesday, I'm going to Newcastle to a conference.
Oh,
I wonder if the ticket office is open. I might just try that. Why, I'm man? I can pull that. No. What do you mean? No.
Not good, though,
No.
Why I'm man in a Barnsley accent?
Up that tune. I can do that. Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know. I'm trying to
Fog on the time.
fog on the time.
Yeah.
Don't even fucking bother me.
Right, you need to come with us.
Yeah, just record, Mike.
Yeah, you can do the translation.
Play it on phone.
Anyway, back to Oet
Do your
United.
best. Can I have a man and adult? No, an adult and child ticket.
Go on, Mike. Give us your best. Can I have an adult and child ticket, please?
Can I have a man and a child's ticket, mate?
Decent, isn't it?
Yeah, record them and just keep playing them.
What are you doing
and
next
move your
Wednesday?
mouth.
What are you doing next Wednesday, Mike?
Coming to Newcastle with you.
Yes, you are. So yeah, Oet United came down last night. A very thrilling encounter against Stockton Town. From up that neck of woods, actually. Stockton Town up. I think Sunderland way on. Sunderland Newcastle way on. And it was one of them games where Oet scored very early on and looked like a team on fire for about 40 minutes, and then game came to half time, bit of an ill-tempered affair. Then second half came out and Oet came out flying again, and Stockton never looked in the game. And then typically on the break got away, scored, and then you're like, oh fuck, I don't think Oet going to score. And then James Walshaw, their old talisman, scores in the 93rd minute, sending the 400 Oet fans and my son into absolute pandemonium, to the point where we walked out the ground and my son was like, we played well then, didn't we? What's this we thing? Well, I support Oet as well as Leeds now. All right, okay, fair enough. So yeah, really enjoyed it. So if Leeds are not at home, or you're not going to game, you can't get a ticket, 3 p.m. blackout, all them problems, get your ass down to Oet United, and they play a good brand of football. To be fair, they get down and play it. We've got some talented lads in the side as well, and a little bit of a Leeds link in Ross Killock and the chairman, James Rogers, who's here this evening, and Lee Broadbent and a few other lads who are big Leeds fans. So yeah, come down and take a game in. If you don't want to come down here, or you live over like Ponty way, they're playing Frickley on this Friday at 7:45 in the Northern Premier League game. Frickley is obviously right on the edge of Donny, Ponty, that neck of woods. So yeah, get over if you want to watch them. 7:45 kickoff over at Frickley. And yeah, big thanks to Oet for continuing to let us live here, for want of a better word. And next week, when these guys are live, because I'm not here, I'm going to get some Newcastle tickets. Get your ass down like these fine individuals I've done sat over here, and get yourself a pint and, take it in and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Have a chat on that and watch whatever's on telly. So yeah, big thanks to Oet and James and that. Yeah. Are we settled here? Are we happy here?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. It's good, yeah. We've even got a whiteboard tonight behind us, look. With Carl on it. So yeah, it's good. It's all good stuff. Moving on then to hear from one of our other sponsors. Josh, we've known each other now for about 40 minutes.
Do you shave your dads?
Do you shave your dad's nads? No, all joking apart. Our friends at Manscaped are back for a bit long, a bit of another longer type of this season. How's your trimmer coming on, Ben?
Good, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you taking it to holiday? I nearly said where you were going then, but I'll not bother. In case somebody finds you.
Might do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's great in its little leather carry pouch that you can take with you, and including the charger and the holster that it sits in.
Yeah.
Big question that we keep talking about week in, week out. Sack's probably the wrong phrase, but
you got it. You got it.
big one we keep talking about week in, week out. Guard on or guard off?
Depends how close you're going.
It does indeed. Guard on or guard off, then. What's your preference, Ben?
My preference from
Nicking your balls.
Yeah, is guard on.
Guard on. Mike.
Because it hurts.
Coming to you.
Always guard on.
Guard on. If you see, you're going dangerously a little bit.
No. Done it guard off once, actually.
Have it once?
Extra close, yeah.
So talk to me about the guard off technique, because I go for like a squeeze of the
cautious,
ball. Yeah.
Very cautious.
And like trim the top. I don't go near skin because it fucking nips stuff. And
you
hurts.
don't. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't go near anything too soft.
Yeah, that's where it comes in. If you regularly apply your ball toner, not much will be soft.
Tell you what, a day like today is brilliant.
Ball deodorant
for the the spray.
but the spray is the toner. The cream is the ball deodorant.
Yeah, so like after you've had a shower and that, you bang the cream one.
It used to be quite fashionable to bob a bit of talc about, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you're
to
impress someday,
you need to moisturize these days. It's all about the moisture, isn't it?
Listen, kids, like, they're so lucky now. You know, if I were like 17, 18 now, you know, playing the field again, you know, I've got all these fandably, you know, devices that'll keep you in check. You know, not like back in our day when it was like taking your dad's razor to your knackers just in case.
Bit of aftershave.
She thought it was a bit niche. Yeah, a bit of Paco Rabanne rat balls after. Not particularly great. Yeah. Anyway, we've just talked about our but and if you want to join 2 million other men who've joined Manscaped for their below the belt grooming, and you want some discount, because that's what we're all about. We're all about the discount. We can offer you 20% off and free shipping if you go to manscaped.com. At checkout. Talking Shutt. Fucking hell. That right up. Let me try again. Get 20% off at checkout with Shaving Shut. There we go. Got there in the end. So get on board. Really good bit of kit, actually. I know we jest about it every week, but I feel like it's the only way I can approach the advert to jest about it, because I don't think I could sit like a robot and go, get this ball shaver. It's really good. Yeah. It shaves off your pubes really good.
And to be fair as well, I mean, last time I used it, you realize
I've got a question actually.
Okay.
Wet or dry?
Right. So I originally started dry. But what I find is if I've become unkept for a period of time, then it's where do you do the dry shaving?
I'll just stay on floor and get back out.
Yeah, see, I can't do that because there's always the odd one that's like a fucking rogue that don't go up the
you like this.
They get stuck to your foot later. Yeah.
How are you getting it in your mouth?
Mate, what are you doing? Shaving it with your toothbrush? Fucking hell.
You tipple over while doing it.
So since then
I do it like
since then I've gone safety first and I go in shower now. I do it in shower.
See, I tried it wet the last time and I didn't like it.
Did you not?
No.
You're more of a trying it dry man.
Yeah, I'm a dry man.
Well, the thing for me as well, like it's standing the test of time. Like, several.
I'm going to interrupt again. This referee does not give corners.
I bet he shaves his balls. Anyway, I go, Mike.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't. That's why he doesn't give corners.
No, I think it's oil in between the blades, the ceramic blades that, you know, they
We're getting
vibrate.
technical now.
We're getting technical. Talk to me.
I'm talking to you about the product, but you know, you've gone through you know, your 20 quid Argos stubble trimmers and all that stuff.
Josh is currently sending his missus a text saying, ring me now.
Yeah.
I've got to. Oh, sorry, what's that? Dog's poorly. Gotta go.
No, but
they can send me one if they want.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that it stands the test of time. Like I was using it the other
You can
day.
buy one.
Yeah. Like this, you know.
Yeah, they're good. It's a well put together piece of equipment.
The trimmer is, it stands.
Holds its battery life quite well as
multiple
well.
uses, battery life. You know, I've gone through other trimmers like other brands and that 20 quid from Argos and that crap. Yeah, this is actually genuinely.
It's the dog's bollocks.
It really is.
Liam Kent on YouTube just saying Josh looks so uncomfortable. That's
I'm
what we
sorry,
like to
don't
do.
you
We
know that?
discussed this in his WhatsApp group today. We're like, we'll talk about Manscaped a little bit too long and make Josh feel very uncomfortable.
These all sat down on the chair and slid forward.
So anyway.
keeps on pulling himself up.
Yeah, we'll stop the Manscaped now. We'll leave it there. But yeah, go over to Manscaped. 20% off with Shaving Shut, and a big thanks to them for continuing to sponsor us. Moving on to our next favourite segment. We have the segment man to press the segment button. We've lost a few followers as well from the ball.
Shithouse of the week.
The Shithouse of the week segment, one of our favourite segments, I think. It's been one of the most long running ones as well, I think. So got to be happy with that. So nominations this week are Rio Ferdinand for this comment. Listen, I can't do his accent, so I'm not gonna. Listen, Dan James. I don't think he's Man United standard, but he's definitely Premier League standard. And the way Leeds play is going to be a problem for a few teams. Leeds United for Dan James will be a fantastic move for both parties. Right. I don't have a problem with the last bit, but he's not Man United standard, but he's definitely Premier League standard. So what is Man United standard then?
Careful. Not winning leagues for a lot of years.
And spending $1 billion since Mr. Ferguson departed that time.
Yeah.
They're having a wage bill that is double Chelsea's.
Yeah, the amount of arrogance,
which is a good sort of thing to do, really, considering the players they've got.
Yeah, the amount of arrogance that comes out of certain pundits relating to that club is astounding. Yep. Big thanks to Leeds United News on Instagram for capturing that little segment that I saw earlier. Leeds United Gold membership, Mike. Why are we nominating Leeds United Gold membership? And Josh touched on it a little bit earlier
because we didn't get West Ham tickets.
Because basically,
and the website is included in this as well, because there's a part of the process where you can the seats come up as available. You click on them and you click book, and it goes, the site cannot reserve these tickets for you. Sorry, and then it kicks you back to the start.
It would have a voice like that as well, I think.
So the website and just the uncapped.
And the fact that basically for the last 6 months, if you got a COVID vaccination, you got the gold membership as well for Leeds United. Yeah, it's I mean, we joke, and I don't believe that I deserve a ticket any more than anybody else. But I mean, it's where were you when we were playing fucking Gillingham on a Tuesday night and it were minus fucking 10 and there were nobody to cuddle up to because stadium were empty.
Yeah, we've been in there when there's like 10,000 fans in there.
Yeah,
Fulham,
the East Stand-Upper, East Stand-Upper was closed once upon a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fulham, when Lewis Cook scored that goal, there were about 16 fans in, and 14 of them had won a competition to be there.
That's that goal that everyone claims that they were there for.
It's the Iranian embassy of Leeds goals, isn't it? Yeah, but
I were there.
You were there, Josh?
I don't think I was.
No, so you were. Everybody else does.
I think. Do you know what? I think I listened to that radio. I think I did.
Again,
like you say about complaining and whinging and that, like it's tongue in cheek. Like we are very privileged to the fact that I can work from home and try and get tickets, and we've been to Everton, we're going to Liverpool, been to Crew, which is probably 3 more than a lot of people would have wished to go to.
Yeah, it's just unrealistic.
But it is frustrating.
You've outsold what you can. Realistically sell. Do you know what I mean? You've cashed in, and
it looks a bit
people
greedy,
missing out if you didn't give them that hope in the first place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a hope that kills you, Josh.
Didn't somebody? Luckily, I got them. So
somebody worked it out, didn't they? That you're like, if they did it in like a gold membership was guaranteed a game, you'd get like between 1 and 3 games a person.
Shit, are we all out then?
You'd get 3 games over the season.
Yeah, something like that. Because there was like 60,000 gold members.
That's bonkers.
That's ridiculous.
That's a lot. So we'll bob them in. Again, purely tongue-in-cheek before people start sending us death threats again. We don't really mean it, but we. Jamie O'Hara for his comments. Again, I'm going to stop mentioning anybody who works for that radio station, but Jamie O'Hara purely for his comments that Patrick Bamford shouldn't be in there. Jamie, cry some more.
Yeah.
Jamie O'Hara, who doesn't have any England caps
at all.
So how can he talk about
even David Nugent
England
got one.
players?
Even David Nugent got one.
Yeah.
Leave that with you, Jamie.
Michael Ricketts.
Michael Ricketts got one.
Yeah, Michael. Actually, in Phil's book, because it was beautiful, I think it's called, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was beautiful. He mentions about Leeds signing Michael Ricketts in the book, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who's not got to that bit yet, but it's fucking hilarious. Basically, about 17,000 people rang up and said, "Don't sign him," and we still did. So that tells you where we were at that particular time. So lads, who's going to win it this week?
I think we should add COVID in there.
COVID-19.
I've got one.
Have you got one, Josh? Go on a minute.
Wortley Boys FC. I've been tweeting them 3 times to send them a framed print of that Calvin print.
And they won't do it?
Literally says from Wortley to Wembley. No one gets back.
Right.
So if anyone involved in Wortley and they have a clubhouse, DM me on Twitter at Josh Parkin, and I'll come down and give you one. Right.
So we use the power of our podcast very sparingly. But yeah, for those people who download it, all 73 of you, I'm joking. If you know anybody at Wortley Boys, get in touch with Josh. And he wants to give you a print.
Yeah.
It's not hard. And it's, it's a bit of memorabilia there from Calvin from Wortley Boys to England. Yeah. To the final of the Euro.
I played for Wortley Boys.
I've got one in card. Do you want one?
No, mate.
I'll
give it away.
Can you make one a bet?
Yeah, me and Calvin
from Wortley Boys
from Wortley to England
to Talking Shutt. It's similar. Yeah. It's similar.
Someone else can have
from Wortley to Wakefield.
Nice. So this week then, Rio Ferdinand, gold membership, tongue in cheek. Jamie O'Hara, COVID-19 because it's still fucking here, knocking about,
and the whole Brazil thing,
the whole Brazil debacle, and. Wortley Boys for not getting in touch with Josh when he wants to give them free things. So lads, who do you think should win it? I don't feel like we should give Rio Ferdinand or Jamie O'Hara because it's kind of giving them what they want.
I'm going COVID because it's just a whole mess.
I mean, as an extension, I'd go with the Brazilian Football Federation.
Yeah, for all that conflab. So I tell you what, we'll do a joint one, COVID-19 and that debacle. So
as fun as it was to watch, like feds storming a football pitch, like
Hot Fuzz.
Bit
strange. Josh, have you got any other projects coming up at the moment? Have you got any anything on the go? I mean, how long does it take you to sort of, the Calvin one, for example?
Calvin, a lot of the work goes into like finding the pictures and the research and finding stuff like that. And then it's like the Calvin one, I think we're like 35 individual illustrations all pieced together and like a collage type thing. But yeah, 7 to 10 days, something like that. Okay. So it's not a bad turnaround really. But I'm working full-time freelancer, freelance illustrator. So it is my 9 to 5.
So where anybody's trying to find you to buy some of your art or to have a look at what you're on with, where can they find you, Josh?
At Josh Parky Art on Instagram, at Josh Parkin on Twitter, and then if you just go on one of them, all my links to all my print shop and stuff like that will be on there.
Have you got a linked tree?
No, I haven't. I should get one.
I did a link tree last week and it's brilliant.
We've literally had one 5 minutes and he's.
What does it give you?
You go on it and it gives you all the links you need. Like, so for us, you've got links to us YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all on Manscaped, Athletic, all that.
I might have to have a look into linked tree then.
Yeah, have a little look. So go check Josh out. His various things. His art's incredible. Go check out. That brings us to an end of episode 159. Yeah, we've dragged on about balls for a little bit, but that's what we do. Don't call us Talking Shutt for no reason. It's still England 0, Poland 0, 56 minutes into the game. Calvin just had a shot that the Polish keeper Wojciech
seems like a very scrappy game.
Yeah, it seems crap. Big thanks to everybody who's come down and watched it live. Really appreciate you taking your time out of your day. Yeah, it's hilarious. I've kept my phone on the floor. That'll do. That brings
you're literally mic stand.
I'm literally
hanging off the table.
I'm fucking holding it on here.
And just like launched your phone into
the show. Must go on.
Metaphor for us.
This show must go on. Anyway, all joking apart, big thanks to everybody who does tune in week out, downloads it. We have been a bit shabby this week in terms of listeners, but I think that's because there's been no Leeds. England are on. Philly very selfishly is doing a book signing, and LS11 very selfishly doing a live show as well. Well, again, joking, complete joke.
If we were serious, we'd have put them in Shithouse of the week.
Yeah, of course we would. Anyway, brings the end of episode 159. Big thanks to Oet, big thanks to our sponsors, and a massive thanks to Josh for coming down. Go check his art out, please. He's given us some prints to give away in the past, and we really appreciate it, hence why we got him on the show. That's it.
Yeah.
I'll sit there.
See there.
See there.
Oh, my mouse isn't working.